Welcome to the Rebel Rebel. I am sitting here at a very safe distance, all the way across the city from Jennifer Bain. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Wicked. We are in interesting times, and so this is kind of fun to do this video thing. And I can see some really cool stuff over your shoulder. I see some puppets and things like that. Would you give us a brief Reader's Digest condensed version of Jen Bain?
Okay.
What are you up to? What's your, give us a little snapshot, and then we'll dive deep.
This version of Jen, because I believe you go through phases of
Jen's
different personalities of yourself. So I would say that this version of Jen is a puppeteer, puppet maker, a painter, an artist, and a tikiphile. A tikiphile being someone who appreciates, maybe a little bit obsessively, the tiki culture.
Nice. Okay, and I can't wait to dive into that, but there's so much to dive into. What do you call, so if I was looking for you online, and I don't mean in a weird way, but I mean if I want to see the stuff that you're doing, do you have a website or something that I can see your stuff?
Right now I am going under royalwhimsy.com.
Nice. And that's whimsy with an E or without an E?
That was without an E.
Without an E.
Yes.
Awesome. I'll put the link in the stuff.
Oh, great. Thanks.
Yeah, in the show notes. So I guess I come at this with a whole bunch of questions. I mean, you talk about, being a puppeteer. Let's dig into that first, because not only are you, I have seen you on stage not say a word, curl up on a couch with a puppet dog. And you the human are asleep and the dog is busy leading its own life, and it's probably one of the most magical things I've ever seen. So how did you get there? What happened to you that you can do this?
I dropped on my head too many times? No, just kidding. I had a pretty great childhood, not gonna lie. My love of puppets started when I was very young. I always had stuffed animals, and I'd move their heads around, and that was just my thing. I loved stuffed animals. When I was a little bit older, I managed a toy store called Seeing is Believing, and had gadgets galore.
Nice.
And I loved working there. But there was another store called the Zoo Wildlife Boutique, and they sold stuffed animals. In particular, a brand called Folk Manus, which is where I got that great dog. And I might as well grab it, because now that we're in my room, I'm just a short grab away. So I would go to the rack. Need some. I'd go to the rack, I'd pick out a puppet, and I would just explore on several different varieties.
His tail's wagging. Oh my God.
Right? And people would stop and they go, "Oh, I thought that was real." There was something about doing it that really made me happy.
That's
bringing
awesome.
A little smile to random strangers' faces. And even before that, I told the story, it's on my website, the story of going to Granville Island on Vancouver Island and picking out this horse, again, right here.
This is awesome.
I can't help it. I picked out this horse, and I fell in love with him. Isn't he great?
Oh my
His
God.
name is Apples. He was made by Gund.
And so super soft.
He's just lovely. He's part of the 92 collection, Collector's Classic.
Wow.
Anyway, I was playing with him, and my mom was driving, and I had him sitting on the window of the car ledge, and this bus driver came by, and I'd be like, hey, hi, and I was entertaining the driver.
Yeah.
My mom laughed, the bus driver laughed. It was just a fun experience.
Yeah.
That kind of stuck with me, that I could facilitate this kind of joy, just a little piece of joy in an otherwise ordinary day kind of thing. Anyway, going back to the toy store, I ended up managing that toy store, the Zoo Wildlife Boutique.
Taking over,
pretty much funding my puppet habit. Cut to later on discovering that I could make my own quite well, and just kind of continuing there.
Well, so okay, so where do you go somewhere to learn how to make a puppet? Like, because I'm thinking specifically right now about Lewis, who's over your shoulder, and
you want me to?
and like you just move a little to your right.
Oh.
Yeah, there. So that's there he is up on the shelf there, and you made him for a Loose Moose Kid show.
That's correct.
Is it difficult to learn how to make a puppet? Like, did you have to go to pup making school? Like,
I learned. My husband Stacy, who is an amazing sculptor, he bought me a Stan Winston video on how to make puppets.
Okay.
And this guy named B.J. Geyer, he took us through, doing the foam patterns and the cutting of fabric and whatnot. Before that, I actually made, where'd she go? This one by myself. I just cut up all these little bits of foam and I sewed them together and I glued them, and it was supposed to be based on my dog Biscuit.
Right.
And I spent days making this thing, just little pieces of fabric or foam, and then I'd cover it and all the details would be gone. I was like, why did I spend so much doing that? Anyway, learning experience on my own.
Yeah. Amazing. So tell me about what you do with your puppets. Like what do you sell them? Do you perform with them? Is there like what's going on with that side of your business?
I have a little of column A and B. I, of course, love performing with them. And just recently the door has been opened to perform with them and get paid for it.
Nice.
I've built puppets for a couple of school productions.
Nice.
Different sizes. I've built the Audrey 2 in four different phases for the Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh my God. One of my favorites.
Isn't it fantastic? Oh, love that movie. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. But here's the thing. I was commissioned to build the puppets, and then the director went, as I was working in the shop, I just can't find any puppeteers in Medicine Hat. I don't know what we're going to do. And I go, I'm a puppeteer. I'm a puppeteer. And I basically puppeteered my first big puppet job that I got paid to build.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
I was the Audrey 2.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Audrey 2?
Is it 2? Yes.
That's wicked.
Yeah.
That is so good.
Pretty great.
When you and I guess at this point it's sort of just an extension of you, right? Like when you are puppeting, like, because one thing that I notice is that the puppet has its own life. Like it's literally doing its own stuff, and you have no control over it. You don't even sometimes you're not even aware of what it's up to.
It's true. It's true. I get surprised sometimes by what they say, and that might sound a little odd to some people, but I think because we've both come from the Loose Moose background and we're aware of, the magic of masks, where you put on a mask and you become someone else. It just embodies you. So for me, it's a little different in that it's like I can watch it immediately here, and it's different. Like I know who it's going to be, but then on the other hand, it still has surprising. The puppets know who they are, and I'm just watching them.
That's awesome. That's so cool. And when you're building them, do they sort of like figure themselves out also? Like the character traits just start sort of showing up?
Yes, absolutely. I do like to kind of sketch with something in mind. Like I'm currently working on a little show that I'm doing for the end of the month for the Dog Wiggler. I do little sketches of the idea, I want big teeth on the cat, or, I want big bulgy eyes on the lizard. But I kind of find it's more fun just to discover what comes out of it. I gave myself a rule at the beginning of this quarantine that everything that I create is going to be with stuff that I already have.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, well, and being an art and craft hoarder for many years.
Glitter for days.
It's glitter for days, glitter foam, just like shelves full of everything I could possibly need. I could probably, and I'm not lying, I could probably make about 80 puppets with the amount of ping pong balls I have. Wow. Feathers and it just. So that's my goal. Only using stuff I already have.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So this show that you're doing, is that something that we can see?
Yes. Yes.
Will it be a live thing, or will it be recorded and we can see it later?
Both.
Okay.
It is for the I shouldn't forget Christine Cook would kill me. It's a Zoom. You can buy tickets ahead of time, and I believe the recording will be available later, but I can't 100% guarantee it. So buy tickets.
That's awesome. I can't wait to, like, this whole new world is, there's a lot of great entertainment that's coming out of it.
I think it's important for the people who can bring their form of entertainment. It's important for them just to jump into it.
Totally. Well, it's such a new thing to be, to not be like, I need that human interaction.
Right.
Like when I'm on stage doing stuff, I need people. So I've done a bunch of workshops and stuff for people in Zoom, and I find it very challenging because that feedback, that energy isn't quite the way I'm used to it.
Right. Interesting. I think I might be the slight opposite in that since this, I've had a number of Zoom meetings, and things that I would normally be kind of shy, I guess, or more held back.
Yeah.
I feel like I've excelled.
Awesome.
I clowning, an online clowning thing, and I put on a nose for the first time, and I felt happy and comfortable. And I'm not sure if it's because I'm surrounded by my stuff, like my inspirations.
Sure.
Or
yeah, because you could literally reach out and grab the most interesting things in the world.
Yeah.
Like, they're literally right there for you, which is awesome.
Absolutely. My mind's always, I like being in here. I really like being in here.
That's awesome. So now, beyond puppets, you are also an amazing painter. And
thanks.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've sold pieces, so it's not just like you like painting, like you're kick-ass. No. And before I go any further, you're also an amazing graphic designer, and if you've watched television, you have seen your stuff in like all over. So I don't know. Can you wrap that up in a bundle for me?
Yes, I had a relatively short stint with the movies. It's kind of more casual nowadays. I've made props for things such as Fargo and The Detour.
Yeah.
Winona Earp I've worked on a little bit. I'm working on the idea that it's what story are you telling yourself? When I left the movies, and I'm going to say I stepped away from the movies because, well, they're long days.
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of tapped out of the movies because it's a lot of work. And honestly, being in my room, being able to paint what I want, being able to design what I want, it's so much different than having to go through the permission of someone who has to get permission from someone like.
Yeah, I totally get it. Yeah.
Being a freelancer is great.
That's awesome. So talk to me about your paintings, because I've seen a lot of them sort of online, and I know that you sold a couple pieces. You've got some cool octopus stuff happening, and I'm bleeding into the Tiki stuff.
Oh, I like this. Segue. Well done.
Master segue.
I have a variety of styles, I think. Mm-hmm. I like abstract backgrounds with kind of a graphic front.
Yeah.
I like doing the occasional portrait, like Bill Murray, and I did a Betty Page and Walter White from Breaking Bad.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I want to say Paul Rubens as well, if I remember.
Oh, yes, I did Paul Rubens. And I actually did a piece for Paul Rubens, which I was unfortunately not able to get to him. I did it his childhood idol, whose name is slightly slipping right now. Yeah.
All good.
All good. I'll think of it later.
Yeah. And you couldn't get it to him? Like,
no, he was booked for Calgary Comic Con.
Oh.
He canceled. So
that's too bad.
But then I didn't want to be that person that's like, here, take my artwork. But because it was for him because of picture of Paul Rubens.
Gotcha. That's cool. What is your now? You're kind of a Paul Rubens. You like him a lot, you know, and I don't mean that also in a creepy way. Maybe I'll rephrase that one. Or maybe I'll keep it in. I don't know. But I mean, you're a big fan of Peewees Playhouse, and and I'm putting words in your mouth only because I think you are. So maybe I should phrase that as a question. Are you a big fan of Peewees Playhouse?
I'm absolutely a big fan of Peewees Playhouse. I also really adored the movie. My brother, he gave me one of the original movie posters, and it was like one of my cherished possessions.
Yeah.
While Rubens on the back.
Me too. That was a big part of my adolescence. I enjoyed the hell out of that. Dot. Yeah,
it's a beautiful movie, incredible visuals. It's fun. It's silly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get back to your art and your various styles and stuff.
All right.
Like, what gives you inspiration? Do you have a hard time letting go of your babies?
Yes. What gives me inspiration? Bright colors, whimsical themes. It's very hard for me to give away or to sell because, I'm doing it because I want to do it.
Yeah.
It's not just like, hey, do this for me where I don't have that. I'm not investing my personality into it. It's like a little piece.
Yeah. I guess, as an artist, it also has to feel good that that your art is around the world hanging on walls.
It's like I've got one in Rotterdam, and there's some on Vancouver Island and the mainland kind of thing. Like it is all over, and it is kind of neat. And it's only taken me X number of years.
Overnight success takes 20 years.
Well, no, it's getting easier for me to let go of some of my babies. In that, if it brings someone else joy, then heck, why not?
Right. That's awesome. Yeah. So speaking of bringing joy, talk to me about this. And I don't know if it's newfound or if you've always been like into the Tiki lifestyle and what that means. Like for me, I instantly think Gilligan's Island. I don't know why.
Oh, yeah. The Castaway.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Tiki was ignited, of course, by the Enchanted Tiki room. Like so many other people who enter this, they either go to a cool bar that their friends drag them to and look around and go, this is pretty amazing. This is a great escape from reality. Yeah. Or more often the shameful, not the shameful Tiki room, the Enchanted Tiki room. And I won't even snap because, hey, I'm human. I make mistakes. Deal with it.
Yeah. So where's the Enchanted Tiki room?
The Enchanted Tiki room is Disneyland.
Oh. I've never been.
Oh, it's magic. It's one of the original. It's not even a ride. It's a room. It's a room that you sit in and you watch the magic.
Really?
Yeah, the birds sing words and the flowers bloom in the Tiki room. It's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and it's just been in the past couple of years I've pushed myself to the more like the deep dive, I guess, of Tiki. It's not just the luau with the plastic flowers. It's learning the names of the gods. It's appreciating the different cultures that it's derived from.
Yeah.
Polynesian culture and the Hawaiian Islands and the Tahitian aspects and Papua New Guinea. Like there's different tribal roots that are they're really neat to learn about.
Yeah. So, and have you been have you traveled to any of these meccas? Have you been to like Hawaii?
I have been to Hawaii. Got married on Hawaii. And the Shameful Tiki room in both Toronto and Vancouver.
Shameful Tiki room.
Yes.
What is that about?
You're on the street. You walk into this amazing building, and it's from light to dark in a matter of seconds. And there's tropical exotica going on, and everybody's got drinks that are lit on fire. there's sometimes hula dancers going on, and it's dark, and there's leaves, and it's just magic. It's magic.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I think I saw you were there's a Tiki con that
Yes,
has been postponed, I think, because of COVID.
that's true.
Where was that going to be?
Portland, Oregon.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
I love Portland.
Oh, it's an amazing city.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. Very interesting. Yeah, they made the unfortunate but right decision to postpone it until 2021.
No, it's fair enough.
Yeah.
So of all you're you're leading, I think, an enviable lifestyle in that you're living a creative life on your terms. And did you find that hard to do?
I thought it would be harder, to be honest. When I stepped away from the film industry, I thought, what? That was my end all be all, because I kind of had a bittersweet ending to it.
Yeah.
But just kind of going like, I want to do stuff that I want to do. And the belief in myself was just a little.
Yeah.
And then with more increased awareness of which path I wanted to be on, and gently guiding myself back on that path if I were to slip off.
Yeah.
I had a great cheerleader husband along the way, and many great cheerleaders who've encouraged me to, and they go, hey, what you're doing is super cool. Really? You want to see this? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, oh, okay. And that has taken me a number of years, and I am incredibly grateful for it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What are the 5 things that you wish people knew?
Do things for the intention, not for attention.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, like what is the reason that you're doing what you're doing? Is it so everybody can like check you out, or is it because you want to inspire others, you want to elevate others, you want to make this world just a little bit better and bring your soul's purpose into their lives just a little, even if just a little? I think being gentle on yourself and allowing yourself to feel both the good and the bad, and knowing that it's all just going to pass. Knowing that we all just want to be loved. And if you go back to the intention of people, generally they just want to be heard and acknowledged.
Yeah.
I think a lot of misunderstandings come from people assuming,
right,
that I'm angry because of this, and you should know this. Where underneath, it's how I've been hurt. I'm scared. That kind of thing. Am I going on too long about that?
No, that's great.
Oh, okay. Yeah, going back to the intentions and being gentle with yourself and others, and just a little kindness goes a long way. I've had comments along the way that have taken me farther than that person will ever know, and they're random strangers just saying something nice.
I notice you tend to pay that forward quite a bit too. You do some really cool, inspiring, and just lovely chalk art. Randomly graffiti of kindness.
Yeah. Well, I call it walking and chalking.
Nice.
Walking, yeah, just little fun things like that. I like leaving anonymous gifts on my friends' doors sometimes, or the one that'll put money into meters. I was the one that put money in meters. Now it's a little more challenging to do.
That's true.
Pass on the kindness. If somebody's been nice to you, just pass it on.
That's awesome. So that's 3 out of 5 things.
Oh,
I need 2 more.
The world needs you to be doing what you should be doing. I think we all have a job in this. There are healthcare workers, they're doing their job. Like they signed on to that because they care for people. They're doing their job. The service workers, like they're they're being brave. They're being brave and doing their job. People like you and I, we're extending our curiosities out about humankind and connecting and keeping us connected.
Yeah.
Some people are making silly videos. Some people are just, it's not about you. It's not about me. It's about us.
Right.
And I think the more that an individual kind of goes, you know what, when I do this, it makes me feel really good. And then you're like, hey, world, what do you think? The world's like, yes, I see that you did that from your soul.
Yeah.
I want to see more of that. All the time, I want to see more of that.
That's awesome. That's cool.
I know one. Strive for growth, not perfection.
Oh, nice.
I think that's really helped me. I usually have these little things that just kind of play around in my mind every once in a while when I feel like I might be off the path.
Yeah.
You're like, strive for growth, not perfection. Yeah, okay. And I take it easy on myself, and it's not going to be perfect. It'll never be perfect.
Right. Get a little better every day.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And take it easy on yourself. Yeah,
That's
I think
awesome.
perfectionism really crushes a lot of things. And I found that I used to hold back a lot because what if it wasn't perfect?
Right.
If I liked it and it's well enough, then it's perfect.
Yeah.
It's good as it should be right then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wicked. Ah,
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
If you could pick one fictional character, like your favorite, who would that be?
That's hard.
I know, and it's a little unfair, and maybe it doesn't have to be your favorite of all time, but maybe just the one that's on your mind right now. Like as soon as I said it, what came to mind?
I always like Stitch.
Oh,
Stitch, Lilo and Stitch.
I miss Stitch.
I know.
I haven't thought about him forever. Oh,
I love. He was born like all crazy, not crazy. He was born unleashed, and then with love and understanding, he turned to be quite sweet and loyal. And he talks. Aloha, Stitch. Oh. Aloha, Stitch. Yeah. Here.
Yeah.
Where are you?
I'm with my family.
Oh. I'm with my family. Wow. Okay.
Oh my God, that took me right back. I haven't had Stitch in my mind forever.
You should always have Stitch in mind.
Right? Yeah, I think I replaced Stitch in my head with Toothless as sort of my. I identify with both Toothless and Stitch in a similar way, but different.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. I haven't seen that movie yet.
Oh my!
I know. I need to though, because it sounds amazing. And if you're giving it that review, then
yeah. I love the heck out of it. Just loved everything they did with that little dragon. But Stitch is a whole nother side of that. Anyway, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jen.
Thank you.
Are you a reader or are you a Netflix person, or are you both?
I am definitely both.
Yeah.
We have binged. Yes, we are one of those people that always has The Office on in the background.
Fair enough.
Otherwise,
as you should.
As you should, right? Yeah, we check out and binge new series every once in a while.
What's your favorite new series? Or what's your favorite series that you've watched recently?
We're watching Dead to Me right now. Okay, she's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched the first episode and I was like, oh
right?
God. Yeah.
Yeah, she's fantastic. Oh, and Modern Family. I never watched it when it first came out. I'm when I go on my elliptical.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, I haven't watched that either. I watched The Marvelous Ms. Maisel.
Oh, she's fantastic.
Oh, I love that. I sure hope they get another season in.
Absolutely. Yeah, she's something else. You were going to say reading?
Yeah. What's this?
This is a book called
Ooh.
You're on the Verge of Something Big. It's by Roshni Daya. She lives and serves people in Calgary, serving meaning therapy purposes, kind of. That's yeah. Anyway, was the inspiration for the piece that I'm doing for the Dolly Riegler Cabaret.
Oh, fun.
Yes. So I'm just putting it out there.
It's wicked. I will make sure that I link to that and get myself a copy.
Absolutely.
That's wicked. If you could, so there, I feel that there are people out in the world that are, maybe they're struggling, or maybe they're just on the verge of, shifting. You talked earlier about, doing the thing that you are built to do. That oftentimes, we find ourselves doing things that we have to do to, put food on the table, stuff like that.
Yeah. Yes.
So for those people that are about to transition into what they should be doing, I call them rebels in waiting, and I don't know whether that's right or not, but
that's great.
Seems to be resonate. What advice would you have? Like, what would be the one thing that you could share with them that you've learned?
I don't know if it's one piece of advice, but here's a couple of quick ones. Do 20 minutes of whatever you're putting off for whatever reason.
Yeah.
20 minutes of writing, of choreographing, of building, of painting, whatever that thing is, just do 20 minutes. Set a timer and do it for 20 minutes. And if you do it for more, great. And if you don't, you've done 20 minutes, more than you would have then, and it builds. Also, watch out for which story you're telling yourself. You want to put yourself in the right mind frame. And to do that, I think you have to check your thoughts and your beliefs. Do you have that little voice that's saying, I'm not good enough? What if people don't like me? You really have to check those. It's tough in the beginning. But once you start noticing these voices and you address them and you hear it there and you're like, here's doubt.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my 4th grade teacher talking to me. And is what these thoughts, is what they're saying, is it actually true? What if I told myself I wasn't a puppeteer, or I didn't know how, I don't know how to build puppets. I don't know. I would be I'd be kind of sad.
Yeah.
I'd be lost. But finding the puppets and the tiki and the painting, it excites me. It feels like it's me. It lights me up. But if I had these little voices that tore me down, it's just, what are you waiting for? Just do it. Like Nike says, just do it.
Love it.
Yep.
You are an absolute inspiration.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being on the show and sharing your stuff. I can't wait to see the puppet show. Can't wait to see more of your art. Can't wait to meet another one of your creatures that magically appears. And can't wait to see you on stage again.
Yeah, you too. It's been a long time.
Yeah. Oh my God, look at his teeth. That's a saber-toothed tiger.
It is.
Oh my God, that's like right out of my youth.
There you go. Wait,
right?
what?
Yeah, because,
like the Boris paintings?
No, I was thinking more like I want to say, it's not Tarzan, that's wrong. But it's like my Saturday afternoon television shows, there'd always be like one with like a saber-toothed tiger, or some sort of adventure or something or other.
Thundercats. I get you. You're a cat person. Understood.
I'm a dog person.
Oh.
I'm I'm an all animals person. Dogs are my favorite.
Absolutely. Mine too.
Because dogs. And cats, second favorite.
I'm getting used to cats. I used to say the horrible words, I hate cats, and I've given them second chances of last year, and they're quite sweet. Some of them are quite sweet.
So a lot of them are assholes, but that's like you need the assholes to appreciate the good ones.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you so much for being on the show, Jen.
Thank you for inviting me, Michael.